I'ma walk on the beat. I eat my plate and it make me obese. I've been pushing lyrics like a kingpin. And when today we got them.
Ooh.
Hey.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Buenos días. How are
Buenos
your Spanish
días.
lessons going?
Bien,
They're
¿y
going
tú?
well, thank you.
Muy bien, excelente.
Yes, excellent.
Yes, muy bien.
¿Y tú?
Me gusta. ¿Y tú? Ah,
And you?
yes.
Very good. And you?
You know, that's in French too, et tu?
Oh, really?
I thought it was et toi.
Oh,
Et tu, yeah.
et toi.
Et tu, yeah. ETU, okay, yeah. It all depends, you know. There's, you
Moi,
know,
toi. Yeah.
Yeah, un, deux, trois, quatre,
Damn.
cinq, six,
Never
sept,
mind.
huit, neuf,
Coders.
dix,
What's happening?
onze, douze.
Now, we were saying you were out of town about a month ago, and we were talking about people who have been asking you about content.
Yes. I'm glad you mentioned that. I was in Louisville, and I had to practice because you can't say Louisville. It's
Really?
Louisville. Mhm.
Shout
They
out
get
to
really
Lou.
upset. Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah.
So it's
There you
not
go.
Louisville.
It is not Louisville.
Wow, I say
Yeah.
Louisville all the time.
Yeah.
Louisville.
No,
You know what was
Louisville.
really cool? And shout out to my old client,
Louis. It
George
says
Slaughter.
Louis, no?
But
It
I
says
got to
Louis.
see people that I haven't seen in 20 years, and that was really cool.
Louisville. How long?
20 years. My client from 20 years ago came through. Lottery and George Slaughter.
Oh, wow.
Slaughterhouse, yep.
And they had a lot of questions about content.
Well,
people in the crowd.
The people in the crowd, yes. Like content really befuddles many people. It's not easy for most people because they
Because
don't
they're
know what
acting.
to post.
Because
Yeah,
they
because
don't
they're
know.
acting.
Because they don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what to post. So maybe we could share
Who
with
Who
Can I
they
people
tell-
are
some-
Can I-
is not entertaining, so they have to put up a facade. Do you know how exhausting it is to have to put up a camera and pretend to be somebody whenever that camera is on and remember to be? Or
Well, that would be hard.
you could just turn on the camera and be yourself.
Well, you have to
tag
be
me in real
yourself
quick. Tag me in.
Because
I just want-
authenticity.
I just
Go ahead,
wanted to
go
say,
ahead,
yeah,
go ahead.
tag me in.
Sorry.
I just want to say before Kingpin goes down the rabbit hole, you're acting. Stop acting. And I think people don't like to fail too. So you don't want to put yourself out there and then it not work. I think that's a thing too. That's also a
Interesting.
thing.
I never thought about
Don't want
that.
to put yourself out there and it's whack.
Right.
I got a guy
It's
now,
not
an
working.
artist now that I'm working with that I believe in my heart of hearts that he won't finish things because as long as he doesn't finish it, he'll never put out a whack project.
Oh.
It's not garbage if he doesn't finish it.
Fear
I'm always.
of
I know what I'm doing. I'm going
failure.
to get it right. It's not. The
I
time
mean,
to
that's
get it
why we
right. I'm
still
feeling
that's
the
that's
vibe
why
or
we're
whatever.
still waiting on Detox and
But I
we're
think
still
it's-
waiting on Andre 3000's album. So we're never gonna get them. I'm not putting that in the same category.
Right.
However, if you never put it out, will it be good or bad or
If
what?
you never take a risk, you never fail. But the problem is if you never take a risk, you don't do anything.
I think people are overthinking it like we do everything.
Overthinking content.
Overthinking content. I think
There's no adjustments.
respectfully, the analytics point to. Let me not even say what I think. Let's point to the facts. The facts is that virality is a new concept. The facts are that if you want to have a viral moment, then you have to create a piece of content that is impacts people's mood and emotion. You have to arouse people's interest. So you have to have content that has a call to action in it, whether that call to action is clear and and stated, or it's implied on some walking around with the phone. Man, I just dropped my new video, and if y'all went over here, so again, overthinking the content. 1,000% of us do it. I was guilty of it at one time.
But I also think we're looking at examples and saying, aha, oh, that's working. And then you see multiple versions of it working. And then we say, okay, maybe we try
But that's
that.
inspiration. No, that's mimicking. When you try to do the same thing that somebody else does without knowing how to do it, that's called mimicking.
Right. I agree with you.
When somebody mimicked you, when you were mimicking somebody else, your parents would slap you in the back of the head and tell you to stop making that face
Or
because
they
you were going
should.
to get stuck that way.
Yeah.
But if you want to borrow inspiration from somebody, if somebody is showing you a video or you want to learn how to do it, ask them. Hey man, how did you do that? They don't want to tell you, then you either figure it out or get inspired by it.
I think that's kind of the key. Like if you don't, first of all, you do have to be authentic because authenticity matters today,
Amen.
right? But when I was coming up, you had to like an artist before you would go find out who they are.
I agree.
Today, it's the exact opposite. You have to know who somebody is to go listen to their music.
Right.
And if you're not authentic and showing people who you are and they're not buying into you, they're never going to check out your music. So I think people should go to Instagram and TikTok and figure out exactly what they sorry, I lost my train of thought. People should go to Instagram and TikTok and figure out what content works for other people and keep track of that. Like do more of what works and less of what doesn't, and then test it for yourself. Put up the videos, as much content as you can, then go in and see what's working and what's not.
That's what I was going to say.
And
right.
here's what I learned from this guy right here is you've got to engage with people
gotta
on your
engage.
social media. So, bang, 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 you're hitting to the mic, because if you're not interacting with the people that are commenting, they're just going to go away.
They're gone.
And they're not going to come back either. They're
No,
gonna go
why
to
would
someone
they? There's
who
a million
engages.
other people. Yes.
There's
But
somebody that's
People
engaging.
want to
I
be
think-
acknowledged.
I think the thing that people are not doing is they're not making adjustments. And I think if you want to see adjustments, go to episode 1 of the cheat code. It was a 45-minute episode.
Was it really?
It's 45 minutes.
Wow.
It's also our most watched one, but it's our
Well, it's the oldest one and it's our first one.
and it's the pilot.
Right.
And we started making adjustments as
But we've
We're still
figured
making
it
adjustments.
out.
We're 80,
Yeah,
we're
we
still
figured
making
it out.
80 some odd weeks, 90 some odd weeks in, and we're still making adjustments.
so
We're-
but that's the point. It's the adjustment, and a lot of people are not doing that. They're putting it out, and it's like, oh, I didn't get any likes, I didn't get any comments, I didn't get any engagement, or I'm engaging and no one's engaging back. It's okay.
Right.
Just continue to keep doing it and stay as consistent. And then when something pops, you say, oh, you like when I do that?
Right.
Like, for example, for some reason, anytime I post any of my kids, my posts go crazy. If I post my wife, my posts go crazy.
family.
Family.
It's because you're a family guy. Like, it's who you are. So
But if
that
I
makes
post a
sense to me.
flyer, I'm probably not going to get any likes,
No.
really. It's not going to get
No.
any traction.
Because
No.
the people who support you are your peers. They're not your fans. You don't have fans. You have peers that support you. You have more fans than the average man. True enough. But the people who support you are the ones that could help make the ones that you believe in a star. They're not the ones that have the time to go download your flyer and pull up to the club and see you. They're going to be DJing at other nights of the city, so they're not going to like your flyer because that's their competition that night. Ferrari, as long as you're a customer, I love you. The
I know
minute you
this.
become a competitor, I despise you.
You know this. You know I know.
So understanding who it is that you have as followers, understanding who
so
you
key.
follow.
That's key, too.
That's so key.
All of that stuff is
and
super
it's still
important.
and still
Yes.
make adjustments accordingly.
Yes.
But you have to do it to see. 'Cause
Yes.
Otherwise, there's no
And you have
sample
to check your
size.
data. You've got to actually go in and look at the numbers to figure out
We can
what's
think
working,
about
what's not.
medicine, hospital, like any type of job. You have to make adjustments.
Yes.
And content is if it's a job, you have to make adjustments.
And it is a job. And that's the point that I always make to folks, because there's so many people that aren't willing to make content, and in 2023 and 2024 that's not acceptable. That's almost as important as the music. I'd even say it's more important
I
than
feel
the
like
music.
it's more because people have
You
to
have to
buy
get attention.
into you
Yes.
and who you are and
Yes.
actually like you or find something about you that they say, I can identify
Now
myself.
go
in
pay a
that."
publicist
And it has to-
$10,000 so that they can go line up the $6,000 photo shoot for you, and they can pay you with that $1,600 a day cameraman, and then they can go give you that finesse $3,500 a month social media campaign, so they can go pay $60 a month for the 1,000 new followers a day on Instagram from Bangladesh and Indonesia, because that's all you want, bro. You don't want to take the time to create the content.
Facts.
You want to pay somebody and tell them to make the content for you. I want you to think about this, bro.
I'm thinking, facts.
It costs $10,000 for a 90-day reputable PR person in this business, give or take $3,500, $3,000, maybe even $4,000, and they want it in 90-day increments.
Correct.
When would you think it would be time to turn in the content that you would want your publicist to push?
I would have it ready way
A-
before I even hire her or him.
So the day you pay them, you can give them all of the content.
Everything.
B, wait till after they've been paid, and when they get around telling you what you need to make, so then they can tell you how you can tell them, well, how do I do it then? And how do I make all this? Or C, do you want to say you don't know how to do it and you just want to go pay somebody else to do it, and then whatever they give you, you're happy with? It's a recipe for disaster, man.
Yes.
So that's what this is. You wanted to do it yourself.
Yeah.
That's why you watch the cheat code.
Yes,
You don't want
this
Warner
is the
Records.
job.
You don't want Interscope. You
Correct.
want to do it your own. You want to keep your own.
This
You
is
don't-
the job description. This is
And if I'm
this
a
is the job.
smart person, I would actually the PR. I want them to come early. Let's look at my content and give their opinion on. Oh, let's make some adjustments because I think this will work better for you based off of what I've been researching on you. So I just
It's
feel
called
like
being on brand.
yeah, you got to stay on brand.
gotta
but
stay on brand,
People aren't.
whatever your
I
brand
just don't
is.
think people are thinking that way when they're doing content as well, because it's just like, oh, you're making money
We
doing that?
changed the
Okay,
name of
I can
it.
do that.
We changed the terminology to make it more acceptable to the blue collar man and woman that we're trying to sucker out of their money, Ferrari. It's the Wolf of Wall Street all over again, bro. Do you have a dream? Pay me and I'll show you how to do it. Nobody ever says, well, hold on a second, bro. Can we figure out what do you have going on before you can pay for this dream? Because you may not be ready to set up to win for this.
Yeah.
This is going to be, nobody says all that.
Yeah.
That would be too much disclaimer. Now,
Yeah.
you got some money? You want to spend it? Come on, bro. You're a sucker. I do stuff for suckers all the time. What do you want? You want attention? Guarantee 10,000 streams. We want views? Guarantee you 20,000 views. Who you want? Playlists? I can guarantee you. Who can guarantee anything in 2023? The
Anything
fix
real,
is
you
in,
can, yeah,
man.
anything real you can't
The fix
guarantee.
is in, man. And if you don't know what to look out for, you're always going to be blaming somebody else. You are the one that didn't listen when they told you not to do that. You were the one that didn't think that when you went to go do it, it didn't look good, but you were like, man, I don't want to read red flags. You are responsible for that, bro. I expect scammers to scam, hustlers to hustle, finessers to finesse, thieves to thieves, liars to lie, cheaters to cheat. I expect those people to do that. I don't not like them anymore or any less. I deal with them accordingly.
Yeah.
When I deal with a cheater, I'm always looking for the hook because I'm trying to figure out where you're going to try to get it in at. I know you're going to try to cut a corner. Where are you going to cut it at this time? When I'm
just
dealing with a liar,
it
I'm
sucks,
giving
though.
you three. It's
It
a
does
fact
suck.
of life.
It does
Because
suck, but it's reality.
usually someone who doesn't want to work as hard as they should will pay for a shortcut. And it's so many people that take shortcuts.
There are no shortcuts.
You can almost see the shortcut. Because I thank God for Kingpin, because I literally can see the shortcut
Yes.
as quick as I can
Yes.
snap my
Yes.
my fingers now.
Yes.
Before it would take me a
Yes.
minute, but I can see a shortcut from a mile away now.
Yes.
Well, I think you can
Yes.
see the efficiency in it because it was a process that at one time was foreign and you didn't understand how it came in on one side and what it had to go through to come out on the other side refined.
Yeah.
And so if you've ever had a chance to look at a machine like an orange juice, they have a shout out to Busboys and Poets in DC. They have the most amazing orange juice in the world. Anyways, they have this machine that when they put the orange in this machine and then you see the orange going through a process.
Yeah.
And the orange, it spins around and it flips and it separates the pulp and the seeds and everything else. And then it just gives you this glass of like neon glowing
Nectar.
orange. Yeah, like from the gods. So it gives you a better understanding for it. Maybe that's why I love that orange juice so much.
Maybe, 'cause you see the
seen
process.
come on, man. McDonald's, Burger King, allegedly they sell poison. It's food that's allegedly not good for you. Well, why do we line up and in droves to get it? Because we can stand in front and look through the kitchen and watch them make our poison. Put cheese on it. Listen to what, bro. We're consumers first, bro. Before you become an entrepreneur, before you become a hustler, before you become a salesman, before you become Jay-Z, before you become Beyonce, you're a customer first, bro. You've been
customer,
consuming
homie.
your whole life.
Yes.
Yes.
They've been trying to figure out how to advertise cigarettes and alcohol to you in cartoons since the 30s and 40s, bro.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to make sure that they had a business, a paying customer 20 years from now. It's programming, bro. What we're doing with our music, what we're doing with our movies, what we're doing with our culture, we're programming. And now we're at a point to where we feel people are just complete renegades. It's so funny because for the last 20 years, we told everybody to go be a fucking renegade. YOLO, you only live once, do it your way. Everybody's a hater, don't listen to nobody else. And now we're telling everybody, hey bro,
Conform,
listen,
conform.
dude, rewind. You're dying at an alarmingly young age. You're not living life at all. You only live once. It's cool after you're broke 40 and you're on the other side of middle age. Then yeah, you only live once. But before then, bro, you might want to get there first.
Yeah.
All of these things, those are pitfalls, those are obstacles that we aren't. That's the fine print on life, bro, and we overlook it because that shit looks good on Super Bowl Sunday, man. I was a victim of that, and I see things for what they are now, not for what I want them to be, and it gives me a better understanding and appreciation for it, which allows me to see the efficiency in it.
Exactly.
Cheat code,
Cheat code.
Content. Get your
itty bitty. Do a video, just tag me in it.